So, if you have considered a poultry farm or starting a poultry keeping business, you need this, the production plan. This is going to take you to what we call production capacity. Like we've said, with these 2,500 chicks, you'll be able to produce something at the end of it all. Maybe at 5 months, you'll have to produce eggs, and you can take the eggs to what, to the hatchery. So when you do all that, what happens next? We have planned for the production process, and now we are in position to produce. So partly we have sold the cocks, and maybe we want to keep the other birds as the parent stock, meaning that we have not sold all the birds. We have not gone with this option. What do we do? After this production plan, you need this also, and it is the market analysis and plan. Only these two can have you start a poultry farm. If you can balance the production capacity and your market size, then you are free to start your business, or you are free to start your poultry farm, and expect to be successful with your project. So this is the second plan that you need. And this is the profit generation model. We call it that. But this is a market analysis and plan. This is the market analysis and plan. We called it what? The profit generation model. What does it include? We have tried to simplify it into a diagram, and this diagram is a layout of the whole structure. So this is your farm, I mean business, of 2,500 chicken. We can call it a poultry farm, the parent stock, or your production unit. You have injected in. Why has this amount increased from 34 million? We have used some other formula to calculate for the other requirements. Remember, we did not consider a few other things like the construction of the chicken house, transport costs. We have not considered many more other things like the water requirement. We have not considered many things. They are here. We considered these are the things that we want to consider at the end. We are also going to plan for this. Next business plan. We have the chicken house design, labor requirement, water requirement, electricity requirement, transport requirement, and design market structure. I mean, farm operations, interdependence plan and model, research and development, then backup plans. All these may come at a cost. Or for you to produce, you may not only need to buy chicks and feed them. You need other things around to support the business or the poultry farm. And that's why we said the money or the value, the figure had to increase from, it had to increase from 34 million around 45 million. This is quite much money, but one of our plans is to reduce this investment as much as we can, because we have calculations that have enabled us reduce the cost of feed. We have had them here in the description, only that we have not had time to talk about them. We have had some simple calculations to enable us cut the other cost, or I mean this cost. Remember, now we have calculated the total cost of feed, and it covers around 74% of this total amount. And we have tried many projects to reduce the cost of feed at least by 50%. This is going to enable us reduce this amount around 20 something million, and by that we shall be able to make more profit. I mean, we shall be in a position to maximize our profits. So let this figure of 45 million not worry you. We are going to deal with it. So with this being the business plan or the poultry farm, we can potentially produce these products. These are the products that we are in a position to produce. We are in a position to do training. I mean, this training is one product that we can have. We train the community members or any person is interested. We are in position to have these 5 months old cocks. That stage of laying, we sell most of the cocks and leave some for breeding. We can also choose to sell the whole stock at that stage, and then we terminate the business and maybe we start afresh. But then we can choose to have our chicken lay eggs. When they lay eggs, we are in a position to sell fertilized eggs, or we sell eggs for consumption. These are different because their prices are also different. So we can make different business with these eggs. Then you can also not choose to sell your eggs. You choose to take them to the hatchery. When you take your eggs to the hatchery there, you can easily sell. You have day-old chicks. At that stage of the hatchery, you can also offer hatchery services. They are also at a cost. So this is also part of our market analysis. But also after having 1 day old chicks, you can sell day-old chicks also following this line. Alternatively, you can raise your day-old chicks until they are 1 month. And after that, you sell them off. This is another line of business. This is also another production line. Or you can raise those 1 month old chicken or chicks up to 5 months and sell them at that stage. You'll be able to make business, and that is another production line. But you can also choose to expand your farm. You expand your parent stock, and instead of selling these 5-month-old chicks, you have them lay eggs also. So this is market analysis. These are the products we are in position to put out the market. And this is how we can be in a position to make business with these products that we are in a position to produce. We have prices. It is always price range. You see, we always have a range of prices. We have daily income. If you consider to sell fertilized eggs, or you consider to sell the old chicks, what will be your daily income? We also have the expenditure, daily expenditure. What are you going to be investing into your business after 5 months per day, so that you are in position to calculate what you are spending in a day and what you are getting as income. We have profit. We have profit, and then we have tried to calculate for the monthly income. So we don't wish to go into details of all this, but then we want to make a few decisions that we feel we want to analyze it in general. Probably you are in a position to see, but among all these production lines, we have the most profitable lines. We have the production lines that will lead you into losses. And if you do that, you are most likely going to lose business. And this follows selling eggs for consumption. It will be hard for you to make profits. And from our calculations, you'll be making losses every day. You'll be spending more than you are earning per day, meaning that you are not going to be making profits. We have the most profitable one, and it is this one, selling the old chicks. It is 87.2% profitable. We have something that is surprising, and it is 94% profitable. It means this issue of selling 5 months old chicken, no, it is quite risky to come. It is quite risky to use this production line because of a lot more things that we have not discussed in this video. But it is hard to achieve this profit percentage. we always recommend this selling of day-old chicks to be the most profitable. But it happens that you can't find market for day-old chicks. What do I do if I can't find market for day-old chicks? This is what we advise. You sell products whose market is available, or the market that you can access. If you can find market for training, train. If you find market for 5-month old cocks, sell. But always discourage this, selling the whole stock, terminating the project at this stage. You can sell fertilized eggs or sell eggs for consumption. But then this is done just to keep business, not to lose the eggs. Otherwise, if you sell eggs for consumption throughout, you'll be making losses and you lose your project. You can do hatchery services if you have incubators. You can sell the old chicks. This is the most preferred. You can sell this 1 month. You can sell this and have an average percentage of profit. I'm sure if you are in position to try all this or choose a few of these that can work for you, then you'll be able to make business with your poultry keeping project. So this is our analysis. We have the production capacity, and it is, if you have considered 2,500 chicks, at the end, expect to get around 1,000 eggs per day. This is the minimum. You can get more than this, probably 1,200, 1,300 there. But this is the average that we've considered. Meaning that if you take these eggs to the hatchery, you'll be able to get 1,000 eggs, chicks, 1,000 chicks per day. We have assumed some things that probably all the eggs will be fertilized, which is not the case. But this is an assumption because we have considered an average number, the average number of eggs. Probably it is possible that you get this because assuming that you had gotten 1,200 eggs, you can get these chicks, and you are in position to get eggs more than 1,000. Then we have, if you raise the chicks, you know, until they are 1 month, you still have 1,000, assuming that none of the chicks die as you brood. We also assume that you can raise the chicks, the 1,000, until they are 5 months old. We also assume that none of them dies. We have considered an average production capacity. So we have considered these assumptions uh, as we draft this plan. We have assumed that the products are sold at once. We have considered the average prices, you know. For example, for this range, uh, this is the price of 5-month old chicken from 20,000 to 50,000. We have considered an average of 35. This always not the case, but you can sell your chicks or your chicken up to that much depending on the market that you have gotten. We have also assumed that you have understood the above diagram before you use it. Yeah, okay. So before you try to implement your poultry project using this diagram, try to understand it. So we have a note. This note is very important, and you should get me right that the above plan is ideal. It is not actual. It gets actual with experience. However, it is achievable in one way or another. It is true that you can achieve more than this. Therefore, let's try to start using this sketch and see how best we can achieve better results. So, after this profit generation model, we are going to our the last bit of this, and it is, for people who have considered doing a poultry farm to do business or to make profits alone, you need these two. You need the production plan and the market analysis plan, and then you try to implement. But for someone who wants to empower the community also, we have what we call the community empowerment model. The community empowerment model. This is the community empowerment model. community empowerment model. This is part of our business plan also. So dash dash enterprises poultry. It is more so like the other one that we have previously discussed. I mean, the profit generation model. Only that this is intended to what? To empower the community. We are going to discuss in details what this means, what it means to empower the community. But if you are in position to produce eggs, to do hatchery, to produce 1 day old chicks, 1 month old chicks, 5 month old chicks from your farm of 2,500 chicks, you are in position to empower the community around you with training them, offering 5 month old chicks, 5 month old, fertilized eggs, eggs for consumption, hatchery services, all those things you have been previously selling, or you are in position to sell. You are also in position to give them out as a way of in a way of empowering the community. So after that, we have other things, elements that we introduce in. We have not discussed it previously. We forgot to talk about it, but it is there. It is part of this profit generation model also. And it is the other projects around the poultry keeping project. We have the feed mill, cattle, goats, sheep, and gardening, main crops. So we have the interdependence benefit. These projects will be able to benefit from this, and this will be able to benefit from this. And when we have this interdependence benefit, it is possible that we cut the capital investment. That's why in our plan we have also considered doing the interdependence plan and model. We are also going to briefly discuss about this as part of our plan. So we have been talking about the community empowerment model. So we have outlets where we shall be able to display our products, maybe the eggs and whatnot, where the community can easily access the farm products. And we suggest that this should not be the farm. Maybe we can have stores, maybe feed stores. We have a feed mill. These are also important if you are trying to empower the community. Then we have vet services. They're also going to be helpful in this model. After that, you have given these services and products to the community. You have given these services and products to the community. What do we expect? How is the community empowered in this case? One, the community, you should be able to source market for products. Yeah, when you source markets for the products that the community is producing, then you have empowered the community in one way or another. You have engaged them in production, and on top of that, tried to organize market for their products. That is a good empowerment idea. We have them selling other channels. They can use other channels to sell their products. Good. It means that they have mastered some business skills. Good if they are in position to sell using other channels, but from the products that you have been able to offer them and services. The other one is the community can consume the products locally. I mean, they eat the eggs and meat. It is one way you will be empowering the community also. So there are many other ways we shall be able to empower the community, but mostly these are very important. We are going to emphasize one item, and that's training. Training the community is something very powerful, and it is one way you empower the community, and it is one way you empower most of the community members. If you equip the community with training, I mean skills that can help them improve their standard, their way of living, then you have empowered the community. We have tried to list a few ways the community can get empowered by this model, and one of them is when you equip the community with the skills via training. We assume, oh, that's empowering the community. When you source markets for the community produce, after helping them produce, it is another way of empowering communities. If you do donations, maybe there are some people who need these products and you donate to them, you have empowered them in one way or another. We have, by doing this, we are also encouraging other projects. For people maybe who have grown their maize, they will be able to sell to poultry projects, meaning that if more people in the community try to do poultry keeping, maize growing is also going to be encouraged. So another way we have empowered the community using this model is employment. You'd be in position to provide employment. If you equip the community with the skills, then they are in position to employ those skills. Then we have nutritional benefit from the chicken and the eggs. If the community is choosing to eat the products, I mean, consume the products locally, it is one way of empowering them. It is another way of empowering the community. We have demonstration. When you demonstrate success of your poultry project, then you will motivate many to do the same. You'll inspire others to start the same project. It's alone an empowerment to the community. Then we also encourage teamwork with this model. How? It is advisable as you empower the community using this model, you empower them in groups. Don't let individuals try to come up and engage with this model. Individuals can easily fail, but when you choose groups, that's the best. Then we also idealize that getting services nearer. If you get vet services nearer, probably there are people who have been raising chicken but have not accessed these services. They'll be in position to access them when you bring them nearer, because you have started this poultry farm, the demonstration farm. Then lastly, we have household income improvement. People will be in position to uh, improve their income at the household level. So this is it for the business plan, and we feel this is all that you need to start your poultry project. If you have this in your mind, we have thought about what we need to produce. We have tried to imagine how we shall be able to make profits. And we have also looked at how the community is going to be empowered by this project. Then we are remaining with a few more things to discuss briefly but accurately to have this project start. And among them is we want to design the chicken house and plan it well and start the construction. In it, we need to be talking about the cost, because we don't want the cost to lead us into losses. So we want to do that which will give us the confidence that we shall be in position to make profits. Then we shall calculate the labor requirement. That will be the structure and cost. We'll do the water requirement, installation and cost. We'll do electricity requirement, market structure, farm operations, interdependence plan and model, research and development. Then lastly, this is very important, the backup plan. Backup plan in all things that you do. Always have a backup plan. What if something happens? It can happen that you lose all these chicks at once. Maybe because of an attack, a disease can come up. What do you do? Shall we surrender all day? 45 million. So we choose to plan a backup. In case anything happens, what do we do? So this is it for this video. and see you in the next video.